But he took the DNA thing with the it was ancestry type shit. I think it, like somebody popped up on it, like, you know. No. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah.
You spoke on, you know, the love child, Rymir, JayZ, you know, the he's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident. Just by accident.
Rymir Satwait has claimed for years that JayZ is his father, not for fame or money, but simply to uncover the truth. After over a decade of being ignored, blocked in court, and allegedly threatened, the fight for answers is intensifying, and JayZ may finally have to confront what is long avoided. According to Rymir, his mother, Wanda, became pregnant with him when she was just 15 or 16. She had 2 sons, with Rymir being the eldest, and while the man raising him wasn't his biological father, she often hinted at the truth. When Rymir was around 8 years old, Wanda finally told him that his real father was someone famous, powerful, and named JayZ.
At first, you offered him bread, like, and everything, but, you know, his aunt, this is like, his caretaker didn't, like, approve of it. She said, no, you know, JayZ got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but young boy's so thorough, though, he just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why. So I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're going to think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first. I mean, then I could talk about it a bit. But he called me like 2 years ago telling me, like, I mean, I said, oh, young boy. He's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20 something at the time. I mean, but something happened to him and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and there was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he told the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in and they seen that somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car. Oh. And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, you know, so like JayZ had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. If my thing is, if this is not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you dodged it and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But like I said again, it's not the same as now.
But is the mom still alive?
No, she died. She died.
Huh.
She was 15 when she had him.
Oh. How old was Jay?
Like 20 something, I guess.
Oh.
Like 20, probably early 20, like 20.
According to Wanda, she met JayZ in 1992 at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects, and although they used protection when they hooked up, it failed. She never saw or heard from him again, with no calls or way to reach him. As the years went by, Wanda's health deteriorated, and when she was no longer able to care for Rymir, custody was transferred to his godmother and legal guardian, Lily Collet.
Rape has a statute of limitations?
Yeah, everything has a statute of limitations except for murder. It's like probably 7 years, he can't even get locked up for it at all. That's why the girl can't file no charges against him, because it's a statute of limitation. You know what I'm saying? And he said, yo, man, you know, my man is JayZ's son, and he want to talk to you. Like, I said, mind you, the first thing I thought, like, this nigga lying. I said, all right, well, I'll talk to him, brother. Young boy, the chef. So I talked to him. I told him, I said, listen, young man, I don't want you to do the video with me because it's going to look like I fished you out. And I'm trying to do a video with you because you JayZ's son. I'm trying to hate and all that. And I said, plus it's going to be a lot of backlash on you. I mean, people going to say they're not going to believe you and all that. So I don't know if you want to do it with me first. I could have easily like get the money off of him and all that shit. And I said, I ain't going to even talk about this shit until you talk about it first. So when I see he talked about it, that's the only reason I talked about it. I mean, but he said a lot of stuff that I still ain't said yet. I mean, like that's unbelievable. But you know, they anytime a person make you sign a gag order and all that type of shit, that means you really must believe that's your son. Because if you're not my son, I know you're my son, nigga. I'm not, nigga. You're not my son, bro. I'm not making you sign no gag.
Wait, he made his son, or he made the baby mom sign a gag order?
The aunt. I think the mom is like maybe dead or something. So it's the aunt that got custody of him, and they offered him money. They offered him money.
How'd the mom die?
I forgot. I don't know if he told me that, but I know they offered the young boy my aunt money, but he said my aunt, she already had a couple dollars, and she's like, no, they, I mean, I said, bro, if he offered me any millions, I'm taking it. My dad, he gave me some millions, I'm done, that's it. But the nigga not offer you no millions if they're not your son. Especially not that nigga. That nigga, he might offer you 5,000, like, yeah, you got millions. I said, bro, you ain't take that. But you know, his aunt had custody of him, like, so she turned it down.
That's when they began pursuing the truth through the legal system. But instead of agreeing to a simple DNA test, JayZ and his legal team allegedly fought aggressively to block the case. In 2015, with help from his godmother and legal guardian, Lily Collet, a paralegal who knew how to navigate the courts, Rymir filed a paternity suit. However, JayZ's lawyers hit back hard, and Lily claims they acted in shady ways, including tricking Wanda into signing legal papers while she was recovering in the hospital after a coma. Those documents, which removed Lily's name from the case without consent, ultimately got the case thrown out. But Rymir refused to give up.
Do you believe the guy that was really JayZ's son?
I mean, only reason I believe it because I know JayZ smart and he got a lot of money, and if it wasn't, he wouldn't even acknowledge it. I mean, plus, he took the ancestry test, and the people in his family popped up on the shit. You know, you take that shit, anybody that take it, they pop up on shit. I mean, so I was like, I mean, mind you, I mean, my thing is this, like, I see the people that went to that boy island, the Epstein Island with the young underage girls. And I'm like, well, what y'all's going to the island for? How do y'all even know these people? So they're all the people, the diabolical people in the same circle, man. I wouldn't even know those kind of people because I would still have my same friends from before. We don't do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You mean, I can't see me wanting a girl that's underage when I'm fucking old. You know what I'm saying? What you want? Like, I mean, I just don't. Not saying that. I mean, my thing is this: and you're a celebrity, you should know better. But once you see it, you're gonna be around that shit. Mind you, got power, you got money. You can get a girl that's older that look young. I mean, but my thing is when you start messing with kids, man, it's like kids innocent. Kids the most purest thing on earth. I mean, so like kids, you're supposed to give them game. You're supposed to tell them how the pitfalls of life and how. I mean, you want to like that's just to me like something wrong with you. I mean, because you know what I mean, that's something wrong with you. Because I mean, as you age, it's automatically that you want people that's older because y'all got stuff in common. Y'all know about the same thing. So what would I talk about to a girl that's 19, 18, any of that? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna say? What are we gonna talk about? Nickelodeon? You mean like what? I mean, I got a daughter that's old. Like, what I'm gonna talk about this? I mean, I gotta say you have a girl because a man could be 50 and a girl could be 28. I mean, because sometimes girls are more mature than men. But when you start talking about underage and close to the just 20 and 19, they just get you something wrong with you.
In 2018, reports surfaced that Rymir had filed new documents accusing JayZ of using his money, fame, and legal influence to dodge a paternity test for over 8 years. The case took an even stranger turn when the court repeatedly claimed that Rymir's biological father had already been identified, yet his birth certificate listed no father at all. Even more shocking, court records revealed that members of Rymir's own legal team were allegedly collaborating with JayZ's lawyers behind the scenes. This meant that not only was JayZ accused of avoiding a DNA test, but he may have also had inside help within the system to make it happen.
Tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present, I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Rymir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Rymir was born. She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Rymir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. You got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist and whatever.
Rymir told The Sun, "I've been denied the right to a fair hearing because of legal mistakes and people working against me. If JayZ says I'm not his son, then just take the test. Prove it." But JayZ stayed silent, and instead of answering, his team kept filing motions and bringing in more lawyers to stall the process. Recently, however, things took a turn when a judge ruled that the case could move forward, ordering JayZ to respond to the paternity suit in New Jersey. Under the law, if a man refuses to take a paternity test, he's presumed to be the father, meaning JayZ is now legally presumed to be Rymir's dad. The question is, why didn't he just take the test years ago and end it? Some suggest it's about money, but that doesn't add up since Rymir is 32 and far beyond child support age. Others believe it's about protecting his image as a loyal family man after the cheating scandal with Beyoncé, but some think the real reason could be even darker.
You feel someone coming out saying, "Hey, JayZ's my father." What does that person want from a hoe if he's saying he does not care?
To
You
prove
think
that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement to him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar? That's how your mama died, with a judge yelling at her. And turns out now, all of these judges were bought off and paid off, and they're going to be looking at sanctions and probably charges. Because what they did was illegal.
Allegedly, if JayZ did get Wonder pregnant when she was only 15 or 16 while he was several years older, it could raise serious legal and moral questions, potentially explaining why he's been avoiding the issue for so long. Rumors about JayZ's involvement with underage girls have circulated for years, and this case has only amplified those whispers, making them harder to ignore.
Shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby, yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character.
Produce the master recordings, Mr. Carter. It's the L99 for real. She ain't no better.
Tell me about your audition with JayZ. Tell me what he said to you.
A really good audition.
And what did he say to you? He said something to you.
Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, he said it one more.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look
She
at
was
her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check he has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
But it gets darker. Around the time Rymir filed his second lawsuit, things began to feel dangerous. One night in September, while he was with a group of people in a parking lot near his home, his was the only car that got shot up out of all the vehicles there, something Lily believes was no coincidence and directly connected to the case. Around the same time, strangers began showing up at her house, driving across her lawn, and knocking on her door at 4 a.m. She says all of this started right after they filed the latest court papers. In her words, "This is bigger than JayZ. It's about the system protecting the powerful and silencing the truth." What Rymir truly fears, Lily adds, is what happens to people who don't give JayZ what he wants, citing the late Aaliyah as a chilling example.
Well, that takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation will be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period. It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it? Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like
why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm going to ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Hey.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her.
Like, you real sneaky and real, like, see, but this is what JayZ know how to do. He know how to not say nothing and make you look crazy because, like, he's not gonna say nothing. So you give you a chance to assume, man, it's the other person crazy and lying, like, I mean. So, but see, me, I don't worry about the image. He got to worry about the image. I don't give a fuck about worrying about no image. I mean, whatever you think about me, I don't care. Like, I really, honestly don't care. Like, I mean, I care about certain people, care how they look at me, like certain people I might respect, but the internet world is fake to me. That shit is fake. I mean, these people on the internet, if you got enough time to type on something about me, that means you watch what I'm doing. I mean, what are you doing with yourself? You watching me, and I'm getting paid for you watching me. Thank you. So you got a right to say whatever you want to say, but that shit ain't real. I mean, it's not real. I mean, because you got to remember, back in the day, on my time, you had to go outside to get a girl. You had to go outside. These niggas these days don't go outside to do nothing. They just type on the joint and talk shit. I mean, like, you can't let it affect you because, I mean, even look at the show Catfish. Shit like that didn't exist when I was young. Like, it's not a thing that could even happen. Like, so like this world right now is not made for niggas like me because we don't understand it. I mean, everything that's right is wrong now. Everything that's right is wrong.
You had a record, No, right? That you wanted to get JayZ on.
Yeah, but he said he was going. He told me he was going to get on it. He asked me about getting on it. But he must have sat there and thought about it and said, man, I'm not getting on that shit, man. This nigga might get big. And you got to think about State Property CDs. Not only was he not on no song, like, he had put out a CD at the same time as ours joint come out. Mind you, Sparks had a song, right? Trying to get JayZ to clear the hook. JayZ voice was on the hook. He wouldn't clear it. But he cleared Cassidy joint.
What was his excuse?
You don't got to give you no excuse. The fact that you ain't do it, I don't even need an excuse. You ain't do it. You mean?
Lily and Rymir are now advocating for the Proc Legal Abuse Act, a measure designed to help ordinary people fight back when the wealthy use the court system to crush them. According to Lily, this is no longer about money or even about JayZ. It's about how the system enabled this to happen and put their lives in danger. Then came a twist. JayZ's name surfaced in a recent lawsuit against Diddy involving serious allegations with minors. Shortly after, JayZ released a statement claiming he stands for protecting children and living with honor. Rymir quickly fired back, saying, "If you truly believe in protecting children, take the test. Be honest."
Everybody will be watching this shit, be like, you make all these assumptions. You make it like, oh, I'm crazy and we running and we chasing.
Like he
I'm not chasing.
Waited until he got married to have kids. Because there's a lot of people that are just super fans and they just can't see past the glitz and the glam and all of it. JayZ had a very fucked up past. He was a drug dealer. Ain't no telling what else he got into, that we don't know about. And it is not like out of the ordinary for a drug dealer to hit a few women. JayZ waited until he got married before God had kids. Really?
Right. They can't look past this. They so stuck.
They dumb. Like, they just dumb.
But they come to me and be like, hey, yo, you want his money. You chasing him for his money. You want the 15 minutes of fame.
And if you was, that's your motherfucking daddy.
It's jealousy, too.
So, I'm chasing my motherfucking daddy for money, and that's your goddamn daddy. So fucking what? The whole facade of him perfect, I'm genius, I'm smarter than everybody, I'm the world's best dad. We still, like I said, we ain't seen the son that he got.
Most people that don't take care of their kids, they just don't got it. Even motherfuckers just don't got it. Like, I mean,
you think most people don't take care of their kids because they don't got it, or is because the mother alienates them?
But most I say it's because they don't got it. It's kind of embarrassing. A lot of people come out of home from jail, they can barely take care of themselves, things like that. There's some people because of the mom. I mean, it's probably, but I think most of it's because you don't got it.
I mean, but not having it, you don't have money, but you have time.
But listen to this though, bro.
Right? So you can still spend time with your child.
But your time you got, if you don't got no money, the time you got, you trying to get some money.
Yeah, and the mother may not let you come around if you don't bring some money with you.
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's been paying the whole time. Yeah,
take all the guys that don't got,
messy.
Take all the guys, right, that don't have it, that got kids, right? Even if the mom is a dickhead, right? But they got $1 billion now. They're going to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
Automatically, because they're going to stunt. Oh, stunt, come over here. I mean, because that's how human nature go. But some people, they above your thinking. Like, the thing, I can't figure that shit out. Like, I can't. I mean, because I don't claim to be a super best dad and no shit like that. But like, if I had $1 billion, any kid I got would never have to worry about money.
Yeah.
Even if I don't see him, he goes some money. But so like, that's the thing people don't understand. Like, we got to lean against this lady's house and all that type of shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's like by all means, keep your image clean.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of real life, instead of just being thorough in real life, it's like, keep your image clean. I just think that's corny.
While JayZ deals with his ongoing paternity case, Nicki Minaj has stepped forward with bombshell claims of her own. On social media, she recently alleged that JayZ owes her somewhere between $100 million and $200 million related to her ownership stake in Tidal.
And mind you, it's the other Carter that owes you $100 million, Nicki. So let me give you guys a summary of everything that went on the internet yesterday, at least from the perspective of how I saw it. Now, Cardi B had gained everybody's attention when she just tweeted this and said, "Shut the F up." Then she said, "Go to dinner, go shopping, go to the park, get off the internet, enough." She then followed it up and said, "Enjoy these looks and day," and ignored the board. Love y'all. Now, everybody was speculating that this was toward Nicki Minaj, simply because Nicki Minaj was not only tweeting, but she was also posting stuff on her IG. Now, over on her IG, she had reposted this about JayZ from 50 Cent, and in the caption, she says, "Oh, is this why they're trending the other day? I don't know. I hope all is well. To God be the glory." And then she posted her tweet over here, and you can pause to read it if you already haven't. But she goes on to say, so let me get this straight, your so-called savior JayZ has a Hispanic CEO who was pardoned by Donald Trump. Then she says, interesting. So does this mean that Desiree, her name is Desiree, isn't a Democrat. Black people, I thought y'all hate Trump supporters. Wait, did JayZ ever campaign for Kamala? Then she goes on to question JayZ's political affiliation. I want to reiterate again, her boss got a pardon. I don't want to get this lost in history, but her boss did get a pardon. Now, when you switched over to Twitter, she continues this rant and says that we've calculated over 100 to 200 million so far. I'm assuming of money that she believes JayZ owes her. She said, JayZ, call me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You're still in my top 5 though. Let's get it. After that tweet, she then proceeded to say that JayZ and Desiree, who is the CEO of Rock Nation, had ruined hip hop, football, basketball, touring, Instagram and Twitter, and then she says the jig is up. Now, this was when the internet started to put 2 and 2 together and say, maybe she's talking to the wrong Carter, because about 4 years ago, Lil Wayne had sold her and Drake's masters to Universal Music Group for about $100 million. And then people started to ask her like, hey, didn't your boss get a pardon from Trump? Are we talking about the same Carter? I mean, people were legitimately asking questions like, maybe she's talking to the wrong person. And then she started talking about touring. In one of these tweets, she says, I hope the money stolen from my tours was hidden well. I'd hate for it to be money laundering, embezzlement, etc. And then that's when the audience started to realize she might have been confusing Rock Nation with Live Nation.
JayZ hasn't publicly responded to Minai's accusations, but with court documents piling up and fellow artists beginning to speak out, the pressure on him is clearly intensifying. At 54, the billionaire mogul is facing not only mounting legal troubles but also growing friction within the music industry. Insiders are watching closely, questioning whether Jay will finally confront these issues head-on, or if the next blow will come from someone even closer to him.